Hello. I figured I'll start by stating the obvious. I am not a travel blogger in any sense of the word, but many people have asked me to share kind of my travel adventures because I always come back with stories. And if I can catch some of them on video, that might be somebody else can share in my humor or my tragedy as it is. Today has started off okay. I actually made it to Amsterdam at the Schipol airport. No real big adventure thus far, except standing in a 2-hour-long line, waiting to get through customs. That hasn't happened to me here before. It's actually why I prefer flying from the United States into Amsterdam, because they make it so easy and smooth. But today it wasn't. I suspect it probably has something to do with the new EES system that they're requiring all non-EU citizens to go through, where they scan your face and your fingerprints. Basically a way of tracking to make sure that you are in the country or in the European Union for 90 days, which is the maximum in every 180 days. Now I am trying to work out where I'm supposed to find the shuttle bus to the airport hotel, because I thought I'll stay at the hotel nearest to the airport, no problems. And when I looked up on Google Maps where this hotel actually was and had it map it out how long it would take for me to walk there, it said, no worries, just an hour and a half. I'm not really planning on walking an hour and a half to get to the hotel, so they said there's a free shuttle. I have absolutely no idea where it's at. It says it's at letter A. Well, that starts over here behind me with letter B. So I'm going to keep walking until I find it, and I could end up walking all the way to the hotel, so we'll just see what happens. And once I get to the hotel, I'll kind of lay out my plan, what's to come in the forthcoming days. Okay, well, it turns out the reason I couldn't find that bus stop is because there isn't one. There is no there is no shuttle to the hotel. So I now have to find the train station that's supposed to be under this plaza, and hope that I don't have to go back through security to find that train station. I doubt that's the case, but either way, I take the train one stop and get off and walk, and they said that's faster than even taking an Uber. So I'm all about that. The weather today is about 80 degrees right now, and it's just after 4 p.m. So to give you an idea, I got off my plane at 1:30-ish and then stood in customs and walked out here to try and find this shuttle. So hopefully I'll have good luck finding this train station, being able to purchase a ticket, and then taking it to the right stop and navigating to the hotel from there. These are kind of the fun adventures that I like when I do this. Now, I may come back in a moment and have a completely different story altogether, but I do like the fun of it. I just hate it when it doesn't work right. So here's to hoping that it works right. And here's the first obstacle. I have a train that's leaving behind me, and it's not the right one. The one I was just looking at a minute ago is not the right one. The one I need to be on is 2 tracks over. So now I gotta go back up and over and down. So this is the problem with trains. I always pick the wrong platform, and there's very little indication on which one I should take. So hopefully I'll get on the next train and then be able to get off the train to walk the 5 or so minutes to the hotel.
emergency exits.
Well, after having to evacuate and then getting all cleaned up, I am headed that direction toward the train, and I'm going to go back toward the center of town, the central train station, and do a little bit of exploring. So this really has no plan at all other than me going to that area, hoping that I don't get lost, and then hopefully I can find a view of the city. I guess if I have a goal, that's kind of it. Looking for a good viewpoint, finding some food because I haven't eaten anything since the plane, and with the time conversion, who knows what time it actually was when I was on the plane eating. But anyway, it's been a long time and I'm a little bit hungry. So find a restaurant, find a view of the city, and just a random note, the temperature has dropped from 80 degrees to 70 degrees just in the couple hours that I've been here. So that's probably not boding well for tomorrow. I was hoping not to have to wear a jacket, but I don't think that's going to happen. I think I'm going to be having to wear a jacket tomorrow. But at least now I know where I'm going. I know where the train station's at. The hotel, the Hampton Inn, did not burn down. I don't know what that was, other than an inconvenience. Although I'm happy that it was during the afternoon here rather than at night when I'm sleeping. So there's that. Always look for the positive. And to be honest, I'm a little nervous right now that I am going to have trouble finding the right train. I'm going to get stuck on in one of those, I don't know, payment queues again. So we will find out. I can see the train tracks in front of me, and I know now that just under that bridge is where I'm going to take the track, or the steps up to the track. I'm just praying that the payment system is going to work, because I don't know if you can see it from here, but there's a whole lot of people standing out there right now. These little walking lights are quite loud and green. So in the US they're white, here they're green. Hopefully I'll be seeing you from the center of town in a little bit without any incident. So I think with these, I just tap and go, but actually, I want to make sure this is the right track, because there's no trains on this one, so I'm a little nervous. I'll go back down, make sure this is the right train, and then if so, tap on. Well, I did it again. I got on the wrong train. So now I'm someplace a little in the wrong direction and hopefully going to find the right train. Do you know which one it is? Platform 5 or 6? I hope so. I'm going with 6 because I saw a train going the right direction from that one. I'm going to try that. We'll see what happens. Hopefully the next time I'll be talking to you from the center of Amsterdam instead of out where there's cows and water.
Do you want more stress in your life? Try taking trains.
So, I made it. This is much better than staring at cows and canals. So, and the sun is in my face. Now I'm going to actually try and find a viewpoint. I got a few extra moments on the train to explore the map to find where a good viewpoint would be. So I'm going to head that direction now, and hopefully it's as good as the Google reviews suggest. One of my little quirks, I guess, when I travel is I always try and find the highest place I can and go up there and get a great shot. For some reason, the weather, I guess, wasn't cooperating. They said, go at sunset, it'll be beautiful. I guess beauty's in the eye of the beholder. It was nice. It was cool to see the layout of the whole city and how the canals interact with it. But now it's time to go back on the ferry. This thing is absolutely ram-packed with people and bicycles and mopeds and everything. It's all in one. Like, there's no bicycles go here, people go here, motorized vehicles go here. No, everybody just kind of crams on there, and you hope you don't get squished. I mean, massive amounts of people and certainly bikes. I'll lift the camera up so maybe you can see.
Hey!
But massive amounts of bikes here just parked. I guess they're eating in some of these venues over here or up in the roof where I just got some good shots, or over here. This looks really good, but I have other plans for dinner. There is a food hall or food court that has different street foods from around Amsterdam, or I guess around the Netherlands, and so I am headed there. Interestingly, it says it's a 41-minute by tram or by bus and 49 by walking. I think I'm probably just going to walk because the walking path looks like it's going to take me back through the old town. And even though I'll be interacting and exploring the old town tomorrow, maybe there's a good shot there given the sunset hour. It's now about 9:30. Fortunately, the food hall stays open until 1 a.m. on Saturday, so I'm in a pretty good spot on that. But look how massive this train station is. It says Amsterdam across the top, with one ferry coming and one ferry going. I thought maybe I'd get a little reprieve on this one with a little less traffic, ferry traffic, or people getting on the ferry. And it doesn't look like it's going to be that way, but we'll see. Send out a little bit anyway, but who knows what's going to happen in the last 30 seconds or so before it arrives. When I walked by those gentlemen earlier on my way through on the first time, they were each playing their instrument, and I guess pretty well. They were just playing in two separate keys, including, well, not including the backing track, so I guess probably three different keys going on at the same time. Not so musical. So first impressions of walking through the historic district is that the buildings actually look a little wonky. I'll show you. So they look cool, it's just like they're leaning a little bit toward the roadway. So I'm not exactly sure what that's about. I know that, this is basically built on a swamp, so that could be part of it. But otherwise, I'm a bit confused by that and surprised. I believe that they've rebuilt most of the old town, and so the medieval part is very small, and this may be it, and this may be just how it survived. If I can get over here, there's another interesting building over here that is absolutely leaning, and almost so it makes me wonder if it is intentional. Either way, they've clearly made the best out of it, and they are using it. I've managed to find the food hall, or food hauling, pretty cool. So I'm going to find something in here to eat, go back to the hotel, and go to sleep. Well, Google has struck again. So it turns out that food court was open until 1, but only until 11 for food. Fortunately, I got some food and even a Coke Zero. I guess, kiosks will sell you the food, but there's only one central place that you can buy any beverage. So it's not like you go up to one counter, you can get your food and your beverage. No, you have to buy your food there and then walk across the hall to get your beverage. So not too big of a problem, and I know it's a little dark, so I'm trying to stay where at least my face is lit. So then I was able to use Google Maps to get me here, but this is a train station and a metro station. Can you tell the difference? I couldn't. I ended up on the metro side that was not going to take me where I needed to go, and fortunately I asked someone for help and they volunteered some help so that I was able to get to the train side to catch the train back to the hotel. Who knew? Like, why there's a difference between a metro and a train is kind of beyond me. Well, it's the next day here in Amsterdam, and I kind of took the morning off to get some things done on the computer, but now I'm headed back to the kind of historic area of town. I was hoping to go to the Anne Frank House and Museum. Unfortunately, they're sold out for the next month. So that is apparently not something that you can just walk into. You better have a reservation far in advance. Given that it's Sunday, I thought it might be closed for Sunday, but it hadn't occurred to me that you had to book those tickets so far in advance. So I'm going to explore the Jewish Quarter and go to a Holocaust museum. I still plan to take some sort of a cruise on the water, either canal or something, and then find a place to eat. Last night's place was okay, but because it was closing, I didn't really get as many options for food as I would like. So we'll see. Hopefully today I can get some traditional food from here in Amsterdam before getting on a plane tomorrow and going to Budapest. Schipol. Uit naar de winkel.